This has New York Jets fans fired up, as after Garrett Wilson signed a mega extension with the Jets, keeping him with Justin Fields and the rest of this young New York Jets core, many anonymous executives, scouts, and insiders have spoken out on the Jets' decision to re-sign Garrett Wilson for the number he re-signed for, also what Garrett Wilson's future with the Jets holds, and what his future in general holds, and what his ceiling looks like as an NFL player, and a lot more was discussed about the Jets franchise player, the absolute superstar wide receiver that he is and is still growing into, and we're going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 60% that's not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Jets Digest for daily New York Jets updates. We got videos like this coming out every single day. You do not want to miss out on all the great Jets content that me and Matt are bringing at you on the daily. But let's jump into the video. There is a lot to go over on the Jets. As look, for sure, when Darren Mougey went out and re-signed Garrett Wilson, Jets fans rejoiced as they saw as one of the best players, if not the best player on the team, was back with the team for the foreseeable future and will be a New York Jet until the 2030s now. Garrett Wilson has been nothing short of phenomenal for the Jets, and now he continues to play there, where everyone is very excited about what the future holds with this Jets team, as it finally feels like Mougey has started to build them the right way. And there's been a ton of discussion about what's going to happen and basically where everything is at. And in a recent insider report from ESPN, Garrett Wilson, by executives and basically all around insiders, ranked Garrett Wilson as the 10th best wide receiver in the NFL, this highest ranking being its 6th, and this is being his first time that he was ranked in the top 10, as last year he was an honorable mention, and now this year he is viewed as one of the 10 best wide receivers in the league by multiple anonymous insiders from multiple different teams. Garrett Wilson deserves the credit that he's being given. Despite the fact that he has had no consistently good quarterback play, Wilson has had 1,000 plus yards for all 3 seasons he's been in the NFL. He's put up 3,249 yards throughout his career, and last season had his best year in the NFL, where he had 101 receptions, which was top 10 in the NFL, while also getting 1,104 yards and 10.9 yards per reception with 7 touchdowns as well. G5 has been absolutely awesome for the Jets and is still getting better and better, and he's yet to have a quarterback situation that has given him real stability. Now, the thing is, obviously, it's not clear that Darren Mougey has that thing covered, as Justin Fields is definitely going to be one of those guys that it's not totally going to be clear how impactful he is as the Jets' long-term starting quarterback until he gets out there. He has all the tools to get set up in position to sign a massive contract extension with the Jets next year if he does play well and elevates them. And if he does not play well, the Jets will be able to get rid of Justin Fields with very little cap cost in order to move on and draft a quarterback, which is what would likely happen, as if Justin Fields doesn't play well, it's no secret the New York Jets are not really going to be doing anything. As good as Garrett Wilson is, as solid as that defense is, and as good as the offensive line is, there's going to be holes in this team. First of all, the offense is a big mystery right now because it fully relies on Fields. Can he throw the ball? And also, can he do it with one elite receiver in Garrett Wilson? And elite, I don't want to say Garrett Wilson's not an elite receiver. It feels like the wrong way of me hating on Garrett Wilson or something. But I would agree with this ranking that he's not a top 5 receiver in the NFL yet. He's being paid like one and can very likely become one literally next year, or can put up the numbers to show that he has been one next year. But when it comes down to it, the rest of the Garrett Wilson's not the issue here. The rest of the receiving core is the issue here. The Jets don't have a good receiving core outside of Garrett Wilson. In fact, they have a terrible one. Josh Reynolds is going to be that number 2 wide receiver as of right now, with Allen Lazard also filling out that mold. The Jets do have Mason Taylor, a rookie tight end, who is on the younger side and very much could take a year to fully develop at that NFL level, but at the same time, he would give them solid production even this upcoming year, just with the targets that Fields is going to give to him. Fields does target tight ends fairly often, so that'll be interesting to see. But it is going to be a running offense as well, where we see Breece Hall, Justin Fields, Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen, all getting their touches. And it's certainly going to be a big... The offense is the X factor of this team. We know the defense is solid. It's a matter of, is that offense solid? And you need a good offense to win in football. The way football's going, it's harder to play defense than it is to play offense. That's really the case in all sports. I guess not baseball because it's a completely different element. But when you look at specifically football and basketball, the 2 most popular sports in America, or what feels like the 2 most popular sports in America according to social media, they're both incredibly offensively favored at this point because it's what produces more highlight plays. So when it comes down to it, Justin Fields in this offense is going to be a huge kind of X factor for this team. We know Wilson's going to be good, but there have been some reports on him coming from that ESPN article, as it was mentioned that on talent, Garrett Wilson is unquestionably a top 10 player. The way he slithers in and out of routes with elite flexibility is Justin Jefferson light. As an AFC executive said, he's one of the best separators in the league. On production, the argument is tougher. Some scouts wonder what's holding him back, while Wilson posted 101 catches for 1,104 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2024. Devontae Adams, his teammate by the end of the year, had more targets than him, 68-46, over the final 6 games. Adams' long-standing connection with quarterback Aaron Rodgers could have played a factor, but it was a shocking disparity for Wilson, who had #1 receiver qualities and was poised for a breakout year. Well, it's pretty simple what happened when it comes down to it. What happened was that Garrett Wilson was not the favored receiver on the field. Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers did run into their problems with each other, something we're about to get into, but this has nothing to do with Garrett Wilson, honestly. It doesn't. It has to do with Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't there during camp. He was off in Egypt, which Garrett Wilson was upset about. And then one of the reasons why Garrett Wilson didn't request a trade from the Jets is because they didn't bring back Aaron Rodgers, and they said, nope, we're building around our young guy. He's not a 40-year-old who has 1 year left in the NFL. We're going to let him go to the Steelers where he wants to go, and it's all going to be fine. So where things stand, the Jets did start to build around Wilson in order to prevent him from requesting a trade. The thing is, you still have to find talent around him, and Justin Fields may or may not be that guy, but we're not going to know until we're in the season. So for right now, what it turns out to be is, what can Garrett Wilson and this Jets offense create if Justin Fields isn't great? Probably not much, but how much of this goes on Garrett Wilson? What's sort of the deal with that? And the way Jeremy Fowler and ESPN put it is, as one AFC executive noted, Wilson is a bit of a freelancer as a route runner, which was probably not ideal alongside Rodgers at this state of the quarterback's career. An NFL receivers coach called it something different. Lack of detail in his routes. He's all over the map. He does his own thing on the field, as an AFC scout said. Vast potential, but he's not close to what he could be. But then there's the reality that speaks to his enormous upside, and that's why he's in the top 10. Fresh off a 4-year, $130 million contract extension, he has produced in suboptimal circumstances. As an NFL general manager did mention, he would only grow in stature in another system more friendly to his skill set. And the Jets offense was widely regarded to be old and not usable in this modern NFL. There were not a lot of RPOs. There were not a lot of play action passes. It was a lot of more standard stuff that, yeah, 10 years ago would have worked, but at this stage of the game, in a world that's kind of preventing deep passes right now, and RPOs and play actions becoming more popular, and us seeing the ball get ran a bit more because the lack of the deep ball, and there being some more check down routes and stuff like that, Aaron Rodgers wasn't doing that. And we saw the Jets offense falter partially because of that. Also, Rodgers just was not being good enough, and the Jets receiving core did have their errors, but Garrett Wilson is not someone who should be blamed for this. And yeah, he's a bit of a freelance route runner, but Justin Fields and him know each other. Now, yeah, we could definitely be worried about the fact that Justin Fields is someone who does not throw the ball with anticipation, but at the same time, I do think the Jets have put Garrett Wilson in the best position he's been in. So Darren Mougey deserves a lot of credit for that, because they're in better position now with Garrett Wilson than they were with Aaron Rodgers or with Zach Wilson. So things have moved in the right direction. I'm very excited to see how this season goes. Even if there's not a lot of wins, if we just see this team moving in the right direction, that's a winning season for us while we start to build up this culture and finally do things the right way. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.